Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How we doing? How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Just ate lunch and I'm ready to show off a little bit of some Valorant knowledge. So today I'm going to be talking about map control and holding a default. If you guys don't know what a default is, it's basically when you're on attacker side, you as a team want to spread out and make sure that the enemy team, the attacking or the defending team, can't push into your half of the map and take control of different lanes. What's my rank now? I'm Valorant. I hit Valorant 2 days ago. And then I played against a cheater, and I lost Valorant to the cheater, and then I got Valorant again yesterday. Am I NA? Yes. But a default is basically when you want to spread out and hold control of the map to make sure the defending side team can't push towards your spawn, to basically deny them info and keep them from being able to over-rotate and gamble a bomb site that you're on. So I'm going to go over a couple of defaults on all three maps, or how the defaults work on all three maps, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So let's get started. I'll go to attacker side. Am I going to do a custom game? Yes. After the lesson, after these 30 minutes when the lesson is up, I will be doing in-house 5v5, so 10 mans with all of you guys. I'm going to use Cypher to explain the default. How do I have Valorant rank? What do you mean? You just play and win games. Let me turn down the music just a tad. I want to be able to hear myself think. I'll be accepting friend requests later on in the stream, guys. Okay, so what is map control? Map control basically means that you spread out your team on attacking side so that you can't be pushed through one of the choke points. So the choke, I consider long C, garage double doors, mid courtyard, A lobby, and long A to all be like choke points. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choke points on Haven. So Haven is one of the maps where it's a lot harder to hold map control, but it's also harder for the defenders to keep you guys out of bomb sites when they're man down. So what I like to do, so what map control means is just holding the map, but it doesn't mean that you don't get aggressive and go for fights. It doesn't mean that you just sit here all around with your gun pointed waiting for somebody to walk into your crosshair, because one of the most important things about working a default is making the enemy team use their utility. So in Valorant, it's not all about your aim, okay? So you don't win rounds solely off of your aim in this game. You win rounds off of teamwork, rotating well, and having good utility usage. For example, say you're the attacking team, right? And you call, hey guys, let's just rush long C off the rip, okay? Just right at the start. And you rush long C, and you guys are making a whole bunch of noise running up long C, and the enemy team hears the noise early. They're like, hey, they're rushing long C as 5, or maybe they have a Cypher here, he's got a camera up, and he spots you guys early, and you guys are sprinting up long C. What will happen is they'll call early rotates, and their Sage will come over, and he'll throw a slow, and then if you're trying to push through all of that utility, it doesn't matter how good your aim is, you're not going to be able to get these frags, and you're not going to be able to trade well, because the enemy's util usage is just too strong, right? So it's important in every game to start every round with like a default where you spread out across the map and you try to get the other team to use their utility. That means you want to make Brimstone use his smokes. You don't want him to just keep his smokes. Say the Brimstone was opping C over here. Say the Brimstone's opping C and he's only smoking when he sees people. He'll never have to use his smokes and he can keep his smokes all around. You have to show some sort of presence without giving up your life. And you have to get them to use their utility. So you need to force them to use it. So you need Brimstone to use his smokes. You need to break Cypher's tripwires. You need to make him use his cages. You need to make Sage use her slows. And you need to make Breach use his flashbangs. You know? So a proper default on this map, I would say, is one person working A. I like to solo work A when I play Cypher on Haven. I really, really like playing A. So if I were to do a default as Cypher on Haven, I would, before the round starts, of course, I would go throw my tripwire at long C so they can't push through. I would rotate over here. I would throw my camera up on this tree, if I can get it, just to spot the push. And then every single round as Cypher, I'm throwing this cage here, because what happens a lot is either they're usually playing a Cypher on A. Playing Cypher on A is meta on Haven. So what will usually happen... Ooh, I need my camera back. Can I take it? Oh, I can't take it when I'm in ghost mode. So what I like to do as Cypher on defending side, and what a lot of other Cyphers will do, is they'll throw their camera like here, or they'll throw their camera up here at the start of the round, just to hold this and see if anybody's crossing. Like, if you don't see anybody crossed, that means you have A completely for free, and you can stack towards the B and the C bomb site. So I always throw this cage on attacking side, so that I force the enemy players to go back into sight and make sure that I can't push up short on them, because this blocks their line of sight. So this is denial of info. You see what I'm saying? So it makes it so that maybe if they were playing 2C or 1C, 1 garage, 2B, and 1A, which is pretty standard, one of the B players is going to have to leave B and rotate over to A, because now I could creep up short and get a frag on somebody because I denied info with my cage. So I like to do that a lot. After I put my cage down, I'll usually trip the flank. I like tripping over here because if you just trip right here at the start of the round, it can be like, say you end up ending on A site, say you plant the bomb on A, and you have this trip. This trip is good for if somebody's pushing and trying to flank you from their spawn, but when this becomes your defense after you've gotten into the site, this trip isn't good because people can easily jump it by getting on top of these. So I like to throw the trip in here after the round starts. But as you notice, like, just denying info and working map control, so this forces the CTs back. But when you force the CTs back, or sorry, the defenders, I'm thinking Counter-Strike, maybe they'll make an info push to long C. A lot of the times in high-level play, you'll see Sovas play C bomb site, and the Sova will shoot his dart to the end of C. And if the dart scans nobody, the Sova will walk down long C and hold like close and just sit by the trip that you throw here, because usually you'll have a trip here which means he can't push through. Sometimes he'll shoot it and push through and try and get a quick flank kill and then fall back. Haven is one of the most important maps in this game to hold map control, because it's very, very easy to play aggressive as a CT on this map and catch people off guard. So in general, what I like to do for a default on this map is one person lurk A and work A, make them use their utility, try and shoot tripwires. Usually the Cypher is really good at doing this. 2 people working mid and 2 people working C long. If you send a Brim to C long, you can smoke the top of C. Brimstone can uses smoke at the top of C, and then the other player can grab the orb with the top of C smoked. And by smoking the top of C, you deny the enemy team info of you being there. And then say if you have a breach or a phoenix, oh, whoops, you can shoot a flash through one of the corners and go through your own smoke. It kind of helps the other team because, you know, if they're smoking the top of C anyway, you sort of give them an extra smoke. But if they're like very op heavy, or they're very info heavy where they're playing like a Sova at C, putting a smoke at the top and denying them info and then maybe walking up and exploding through it can be a very good strat. So your default should be something that you can develop many, many, many different strats around. Like your default should be the canvas for your painting, and the strat that you call is like the brush strokes. So you have your canvas, you have your map, you have your default, and then say you get a pick at A, you're like, oh, somebody's going to rotate off of B to go help A because you killed the A player. That means there's only going to be one person on B. Let's go take B. Something like that. Is this viable in low elo? Yes. I think especially in low elo. So in low elo, a lot of people don't know how to use their utility. So a big problem that I see with people who are bad with characters is say there's a Sage who plays B site, right? Say there's a Sage on B site. The Sage will wall off B. She'll put her wall up on B immediately at the start of the round. And then the second the wall breaks, she throws both of her slows, okay? So the wall will last probably 30-ish seconds. I'm not exactly sure how long the wall lasts exactly. Maybe one of you guys could tell me. But once the wall breaks, she'll immediately throw both of her slows. Slows only last 7 seconds, so that's 14 seconds of denial. So what ends up happening is there ends up being 50 seconds left still in the round, which is a long time in this game. And the Sage has no more utility to stop pushes, right? So like in low elo, people will burn their utility, but a Cypher is just tripwires. And in low elo, you can't really burn a tripwire by using it too early. You just have a tripwire. So in low elo, I think it's very, very important to know which bomb site the Cypher plays at and to go to that bomb site and try and break his tripwires. So let's go show how to do that. We've talked about map control on Haven. I'm going to switch to Split now because everybody knows Cypher plays B site on Split. Everybody knows that. So we're going to switch over to Split. Is Plat 3 low elo? I would say that's mid. Mid elo. Are you going to do more than one custom? Because I have class in 50 minutes. You mean more than one 10-man? I'll be doing one in, I'm not sure, I have how much longer on the lesson, like 19, 20 minutes left on the lesson. And then I'll play one, and then I don't think I'll have time for a full second one. Whoops, don't want to go hurt. So Raze is a super popular character pick on Split. So I'm going to be showing her off a little bit. And what you can do to counter a Cypher on your default as Raze. Alright. Let me turn on all the cheats, because I'm a dirty cheater. Alright. So on Split, for a default, what I like to do is usually like 2 people A lobby holding the push, 2 people mid, and then 1 person working B, usually the Raze. If it looks like they're playing more aggressive, to say like they're peeking B main a lot, you might want to have a second person come B and maybe you play a little bit more passive on mid. If I was a Cypher, you could play like 2 or 3 B main and 1 person just holding the mid push. And what I like to do as a Cypher is I like to throw my camera on this wall and watch mid and spot mid with Cypher just to see if they're pushing. You can also watch the A push with a Cypher cam as well. But so talking about countering Cyphers, lower level elo players have a tough time countering Cyphers, and destroying Cypher's utility is very, very important, because when Cypher has utility up, say he has his cam up here, right? Say Cypher threw his cam up here, he's got a trip here and a trip here, right? He can pretty much not even play in the B bomb site and still hold it, right? Like he can go double in heaven. He could rotate, like he could cheat towards A early. So if you don't destroy Cypher's utility, it leaves you prone to getting stacked on. Say you want to go A, the Cypher could leave B really, really early because he knows he still has his tripwires here. So everybody knows Cypher plays B on Split. So what I like to do as like just a default and something you can do with Raze, and Sova works really well for this too. But come up, shoot, try and find the trip if there's one on the wall. And then usually everybody knows if there's a very popular trip where you throw a tripwire on the trash can here and it connects like over here. Take one of your iPads, blast packs, whatever you want to call it, throw it and blast it, and that will break tripwire. That will break this tripwire here and maybe that one here. I think you might have to throw it a little closer to the left. I actually have never played Raze before, but I know how to use their utility because Raze is simple. But yeah, if you're in low elo and you're playing Raze, make sure you're coming over to B and you're breaking this Cypher utility so that he can't stack towards another bomb site, right? You can also, so blast pack's a good way, but another popular tripwire that people like to throw is they'll throw one here that connects into site, and they'll throw one here that connects into site, and then sometimes people will throw one here that connects to this wall. But if you, little known fact, if you throw your Roomba or Sova flies his drone, if the Roomba hits a tripwire, it'll activate the tripwire. So it'll take it and a player won't get caught by it then. And you can throw it through the site. right? So if there's a trip on the garbage can here, the Roomba will catch that trip. You can throw an iPad to break this one, or that one, or the Roomba, or whatever. But using your utility to clear out Cyphers, which will force the Cypher to have to play in the site, which means that they're weaker in other parts of the map. Maybe if Cypher's playing in site, and there's one in ropes and one in B heaven, then you get your Brim to smoke off ropes, and then you guys can mid to B, and it's very, very easy to take. Right? So, just making sure you're working map control, and holding a default, guys, remember, it does not mean just sitting, holding for pushes, doing nothing. When you want to work a default, you have to go out, you have to actively look for picks, you have to try and kill enemy players, you have to break their utility, you have to put pressure on them in ways to force them to use your utility. Say you're Raze, you can pop your grenade, you can throw it up mid into like ropes, or like you can throw it against the wall into that corner, and you need to make the Sage use her wall and her slows, because usually Sage will almost always play mailroom, and then they'll have like a Raze in ropes, or maybe the Raze will double mid. But you need to make this Sage use her wall as early as possible and then break it immediately, so that she can't just rotate and stack towards other parts of the site, or other sites. Sage walls are not that strong, you know? How do I do a default in solo queue? Everyone just tries to rush a site and commit to it always. Well, that's the problem with lower ranks, is that a lot of lower ranked players don't know how to do a default, and everybody, like, people get into this tunnel vision mindset where they're like, guys, come on, if we just go somewhere as 5, we'll win the round. Which maybe sometimes works in lower ranks, but I can tell you right now in higher ranks, just rushing somewhere as 5 does not really work. Because you'll get out-utility'd, and you'll have to go through smokes and slows and flashbangs and everything, and you'll just get utility to death. You won't even get a chance to shoot your gun. But as I talked about on Haven with the Cypher strat, like, I can do that Cypher strat without ever having to talk to my team. Like, I can work map control on Haven without ever having to talk to my team as a Cypher. You can work map control at B without ever having to talk to your team as Raze, or like telling them to work a default as Raze, right? Like, you can come over here and take the initiative yourself, break these trips yourself. Like, your whole team might not be down with doing map control, but you can say, hey guys, just hold on 1 second, I'm gonna go break some trips and try and work a pick at B, and then we'll meet up and we'll hit that spot as 5. But like, if you can just get the enemy team to use some of their utility, it'll greatly help when you try and push a site. If I'm solo queuing, should I pick my main or one of the essential agents? So I actually like duo solo queued up to Valorant rank. And one tip that I like to give is, if you are confident in yourself as a player, like I am, like I'm fine playing anything, I'm always the last person to pick on my team, right? I let everybody else pick their favorite character first, and then I just be like, so like, say somebody insta-locks Sage and Brim, which is usually my 2 favorite characters. I like playing Sage and Brimstone. Those are my 2 mains, I would say. If somebody insta-locks those, I'll be like, all right, I'll talk to the 3 remaining players on my team. I'll be like, hey guys, what do you guys like to play? Somebody will be like, well, I'm gonna play Raze, and somebody else is like, well, I like playing Breach or Phoenix, and I'll be like, okay, that's cool. I'll play Cypher. So I fill the gaps, you know, like I like to gap fill when I solo queue. You know what I'm saying? What counts as lower rank? I'd consider anywhere from like gold 3 and below to be people who don't necessarily know how to work as a team. I haven't been in plat in a while. Shoot, man, I have people who are immortal that don't know what a default is and how to work a default. Like, this is something that a lot of people struggle with and a lot of people don't know about. Like, a lot of people think you should just rush somewhere as 5. So that's how important it is to like learn how to do this. Like, I've played with immortals who don't know what a default is and how to break utility and whatnot. So like, I don't know, man. It's weird. But yeah, all right, we've covered split. Let's go to bind. Is going from iron 2 and further very easy? I don't know. I've never been in iron. If you're anywhere from like, I'd say up to like even plat players, like one of the biggest things that you guys should all be focusing on from like iron to plat, mechanics. Work on your aim, work on your movement, you know? Like, if you have god tier aim in lower ranks and you can just frag harder, you'll carry your team to wins. It's not that hard to carry in low ranks. You just have, like, you need to work on your aim, your recoil control, your crosshair placement, stuff like that. Sova is good for breaking traps or trips. So if you don't have a raise on split, you can use your shock darts to clear out tripwires at B. I'd argue Sova's probably really useful for that. I use Digital Vibrance Ty Chalmers. Digital Vibrance on my NVIDIA control panel settings. My Digital Vibrance is on 80%. Carry 40 kills, we still lost 13-12, Iron 3. Amen. Like, sure that sucks, sure that's annoying, but if you can drop 40 all the time, you'll get out of Iron. Like, every once in a while, you're going to have one of those games where it's like, all right, these guys are just too heavy. Another thing you need to ask yourself, man, is are you getting impact frags? Or are you just getting a bunch of kills, like, after, like, you do nothing and then, like, you're the last alive and you've baited your whole team? You're the last alive, you baited your whole team, and now you're just getting exit frags, basically. You're not getting actual impact frags. You're not getting first bloods. You're not going into sight, taking the site, stuff like that. Like, that's something that's very important. That's something that's very important. So, like, scoreboard can be deceiving. Kills are definitely not anything in this game, guys. Kills are not everything. It doesn't matter if you drop 40 if you didn't do anything to help your team when you were dropping 40 kills. What do you think you need in a team? I think the four most essential characters are the four most essential characters in, like, tournament play and high level play, I would say, are Sage number 1, Cypher number 2, Brimstone number 3, and Breach number 4. Alright, so let's talk about default on here. So the B site is actually pretty easy to take on this map. And a lot of, like, high-level teams will heavily favor hitting the B site. So what a good default usually looks like is 2 guys working long B, 2 guys working long B, 2 guys working hookah, and then maybe you have a lurker in shower or short working a pick. You don't have to always do this. A lot of people will do, like, 2 long B, 1 hookah, holding the push. If you're solo going into hookah, you're going to want to play more passive and just hold for pushes rather than going in there, because you can get caught off and give up your life really easily. And then, like, say you do 2 long B, 1 hookah, and then you have 2 guys either going shower or 2 guys going short. The guys who are working A together, you want them to stay together. You don't want them to split and give people 2 1v1s. You could also do 1 long B and 2 hookah. I find if you're Cypher solo long B, Cypher is pretty good at working long B by himself. So maybe 1 long B, 2 hookah, and then 2 people working somewhere on A is a pretty standard default. Always suck in crosshair placement. Any tips? The bomb defusal scenario is actually pretty good for practicing crosshair placement in this game. Counter-Strike deathmatch, good for practicing crosshair placement. But other than that, just make sure you're focusing on your crosshair and make sure you're focusing on keeping it at head level. Who should carry the bomb? Should it be dropped on the floor? I say Sage is probably a pretty good bomb carry agent. Like, she should be in the back, giving heals, not being the first one in. She should be supporting, and then the bomb gives her ult orbs. Alright, so let's talk about some stuff that you can do as a default. Here's a quick, cool Molotov that is really good for default. You can do this exact same lineup with Sage with her slow orb as well. So say, like, your Brimstone on your team doesn't know how to do this. If you're playing Sage, you can do something that's equally as useful. But if you see this metal up here, you want to use this wall and cover it up so you can no longer see the metal at all. You pull out your Molotov, and then if you look at the bottom of the screen where the little rectangle is with the mouse click and the target, you'll see it's surrounded by a white border. You're going to want to put it so that the left side of this border and the top of it, like, sort of evenly splits this window down the middle. And you line it up like that. So the top line is at the top of the point, and then the middle line splits the middle. And then you just fire. And this will land in B garden or octagon or arches, whatever you guys call it. And this basically makes it so that if somebody wants to peek you with an op, or like PQB long early, they have to full wide swing and commit. And if they do this, their teammates probably separated. And this makes it so that if you have 2 guys here, it's a 2v1 and you get this free early frag because his teammate's cut off by a Molotov. The same exact lineup works with a slow, which is also just as good because, like, say the opera's sitting here, you can get him slowed, he can't move. So, like, say he picks one of you, he can't move because he's in a slow and he gets instantly traded by your teammate. Omen tips? I've never played Omen, so can't really help you there. The 4 characters that I'm proficient with are Brimstone, Breach, Sage, and Cypher. So I like doing that Molly to start the round. I'm going to go back to Cypher really quick. I'm going to have to actually leave the match. We have about 5 more minutes. I have time to do this. But that Molotov and that slow is really good for working B long control. Let me go back. I can just start it right back up. Breach and Brim tips. I'm sure somebody is going to eventually do a series, like a class just like this, specifically for agents, but I'm not diving too deep into agents and tips for that. This is about holding a default and working a default here, so you'll have to stay tuned and wait for the next stream. I'm Diamond 3, I can't get to Immortal. Don't worry so much about ranking up. You should worry more about just improving and the rank will come. That's something I struggle with personally. Like, now that I've hit Valorant, like the rank Valorant, I don't want to lose it, which makes me scared to actually play the game. But you can't be scared to play the game because you'll never get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you have the rank, or sure, you have a rank, but if you don't play the game, then what's the point of having the rank, you know? Like, just... ranks don't mean that much. Just use it to get into your matchmaking games and just learn as much as you possibly can. Alright, so for a default, I like to solo work long B when I play Cypher on this map. And always make sure you're throwing your trips, yada yada yada. I don't need to show tripwire spots, but I'll usually trip up here and then over here, depending on what I'm doing. Or maybe I'll throw one in market here and then one over here or whatever. But a great cam for working in default is throw a cam here, and then you can use this cam to check to see if you're getting peeked by the guy long B. So what I'll do is I'll throw that cam, I won't open it, I'll run up when I'm close to this wall, and then I'll use the cam to look. Am I getting peeked right now? Yes or no? If it's no, then I can work up, and then as I'm working up, so a lot of the times an opper will sit like in this corner. So you can either do one of 2 things. You can try and pre-fire him because you know the exact angle he's going to be playing. But usually when I'm running up, I'll throw a cage. Kind of a bad cage. But I'll throw a cage just to get up and block the line of sight. And then I'll throw another one. And I'll activate the other one and I'll get the ult orb. And this is just a good way to control long B as Cypher solo. And this is something that you can do pretty consistently by yourself without really much risk of dying. And this basically denies all info of them coming long B. Like I said before, killing Cypher tripwires and cameras is super, super, super important when you're working a default. So usually a Cypher will throw a cam up there, you break that, you come up here, you throw your cage, yada, 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 your ult orb, and then you come in, and like, if you can sneak past the angle, get in here, try and like, work around. If you have your camera back, you can throw a camera in to try and see where they're playing in sight. And then when you guys feel comfortable and you've broken some trips and you've broken his camera and you've denied info in other parts of the map, meaning you didn't let them push through short A, you didn't let them push through showers, you guys can regroup and then hit a bomb site together based on the info that you have. Right? So that's super important, and that's a really good way to work a default at long B. I really like doing that as Cypher. For hookah, if hookah control is super, super important on this map as well. Cyphers sometimes like to throw their cams up here in hookah. You gotta stand up here, I think. It's finicky. But they'll throw their cams up here. You need to break the cams. You need to clear for tripwires. Again, like I showed with Raze, you can throw your satchels, your iPads at like the window here to try and break it. Sova shock darts are really good. Shoot a shock dart there and a shock dart there so that when you go to plant the bomb, you don't get caught. There's a very common tripwire right here. That basically, like, what I like to do as Cypher when I throw this tripwire is I'll just sit in the bomb site, in the tube, wait for somebody to hit the trip, and then I'll spray them through, or I'll peek them or whatever. But make sure that you're clearing out tripwires before you hit, right? Because you want to make it so that the enemy team has as little utility as possible, and then you can just overwhelm them with numbers and trade frag efficiently. You know what I'm saying? How do I play Cypher on attack? Usually as like a lurking role or like a map control role like I just showed. I'll come long B solo, I'll throw my cam over here, come up here, I'll cage this so they can't see. And then if I'm like solo Cypher on B over here, I've got my teleporter right here, right? So like, say I've taken all this map control, I've caged this off, and they have no info of long B, I've broken his camera, I've tried to break some tripwires, I've made some noise over here. Say I have my team, we have 4 guys ready to go up short, our Brimstone smokes top tank in sight, and they're ready to go. I can just be like, okay guys, you guys get ready to hit the site, I'll come hit the shower. And maybe they've already rotated a 3rd guy over to B because of my presence over here. I hit the shower, instantly I'm gone, and I come through shower and I lurk kill. So like, if we get our wall down on tank, I can come out shower and I can play very, very quiet and sneaky and just oh my god. I can just sit in shower. I almost said something else. I can just sit in shower, listen, wait for them to start breaking the wall, and then I can peek out and get free kills in the back of people's head. Alright, as you guys are saying, it's custom time. It's time to play with the pros. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I had fun doing it. Time really flew by. But yeah. Alright, so I'm accepting friend requests now. My username is Bumpaah, #bump. Hold on, let me switch. There we go. Play with pro time. Bumpaah, #bump. Send me some friend requests, guys. When I've added like 10 or so of you, I'm just going to open up the lobby, and then everybody can just join up and we'll play. Alright? So that's about 4. This is very helpful. Thank you. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, bro. I am North American, guys, so if you are in Europe or any other part of the world, you'll probably not be able to play with me. There's a region lock in place in this game. Bumpaah, #bump, guys. Join on up. I think that's about 7 people. I'll add more after this. I'm gonna have to clear some space on my friends list when this stream's over again, because this kind of stuff really floods the old friends list. Alright, I don't think I have enough. Alright, there. Those are the last 2. I'm going to open it up. Go ahead and join up, guys. I actually have to use the restroom, so I'm going to start this, and then I will, on character select, everybody can select their character, and then when everybody's selected their character, I'll come back and pick, but I have to use the restroom real quick. If you want to join the observers just to watch, guys, that's perfectly fine too. Trigger Happy Poppy doesn't want to play. He just wants to go in the observer. So feel free to do that. I'll have 2 slots for that. We need 2 more people. We got faster. Now we need 1 more guy. People about to stream snipe? Probably, but that's okay. It's all for fun. Please invite me. My party is open. You can just join. We need 1 more person. Crouch shooting versus standing and shooting. I like to use crouching as a way to control my recoil without actually having to move my mouse. Alright, everybody's here. We're starting it up. I like to use crouch as a way to control my recoil without actually having to move my mouse. And also crouching reduces the RNG of the spray. So I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll come back, I'll pick my character, and then we'll be ready to go. Looks like I'm playing Cypher. Ah, perfect. What's up? Oh, my bind isn't working. My name is Bumpaah, and then the tagline is Bump. So the hashtag, the tagline is Bump. I have to, for some reason, every single time I close the game, it unbinds my push to talk, so I have to rebind that now. Audio, let me turn my audio up. Controls, communication. And let me pause this music so I can hear the game. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's everybody doing? I'm gonna trip up long C here, and then I'm gonna see what's going on over at A. Somebody wanna Sage and maybe somebody else go peek long C. Don't fully commit to a fight, but tell me who's playing C. Like, see if it's the Cypher. Like, we want info on who's playing where. Peek in there. Oh, this guy's got the arrows here. This dude's got the arrows, chat.
Cage triggered.
Alright, so I don't have to commit. Now they don't know if we're going there. Alright, you got. Alright, cool. Did you break his camera? Can you break his camera?
Yeah, I broke his cam and he put a cage down.
Okay, perfect. Let's walk up long C together. Is he actively peeking?
Nope, not peeking at all.
Alright, yeah, let's walk this. I'm gonna listen for a trip. Ready?
Go. I'd say.
He went CT. I'm planning. Hold for the run through.
Got one.
Nice. He's in sight. One more CT. Alright, so my teammate just used his heal. He's probably got another 30 seconds. One CT, one unknown.
Silver CT.
One enemy remaining.
Last guy garage. Outside CT, actually.
Yeah.
I'll break that.
Last player
He's
standing.
cracked. Good job, we won the round. I ego peeked him there.
Nice.
I ego peeked him. I just wanted to see if I could kill him.
They're usually distracted once I reveal them. Make sure you take
So I'm gonna buy a ghost here just because Cypher's a high utility character, and I'm pretty confident with the ghost. So
Oh, this is a
What
nice
should
one.
we buy for like second round?
I would usually go Spectre. Yeah, Spectre full armor. For high utility characters like Sage and Cypher, I like to buy just a ghost so that I can save money, kinda. And I'm pretty confident with the ghost, but a lot of people aren't super confident with the ghost, so I'd say Spectre's a pretty safe bet.
That goes there.
Peeking long A.
Cage triggered.
Phoenix show up later.
Cage triggered.
I'm gonna walk up short, see what's going on. One dead. I'm backing up. I need a heal. Oh, nice. There's another one on A. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna rotate over to A because they think it's A, and we can probably go hit C now or B. But they're probably shifting somebody from B over to help A as we speak. So let's run up long C together. 5-manning long C is actually a really good
Didn't see anyone.
anti-eco strat.
Caught one.
One's flanking. You hit my trip on A.
My bad.
All good. Come plant. Can you wall something, Sage, as well? Their Sage is still A.
Garage.
I'm just gonna
Break the
fight
wall,
CT.
garage.
One CT? Oh no. I'm dead.
30 seconds left.
Raise nades. Sage, you have bomb?
Sage, can you play?
Kinda stalling
One
out
enemy
here.
remaining.
Last guy's in garage. Nice, good job, guys.
Still here, amigo.
Alrighty.
Yes, this should do.
But you saw, guys, how like I threw that cage and it made the Phoenix leave long and go to short. You see what I'm saying? Like he can't just hold long and get free info.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Just hold map control. They might push mid or something. Sage walled off
Cage
A.
triggered.
So this is good. One's pushing short A, I think.
They found my
Same.
wire.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Killed Sage.
Phoenix in garage.
So it's important that I break this wall
Cage triggered.
because I want to make them have to rotate back to A and they don't
They
just have
found
a
my
free wall.
wire.
Flanking C. Broke my wire C. Dead C, I'm gonna ult.
Headshot. Where is everyone?
So this is why map control is so important here, guys. Nobody's on
have
A or
retrieved
C.
the
I'm gonna run A.
Last player standing.
So map control is so important because you saw they just came out garage and killed us. And we weren't like pushed up or holding
30
anything
seconds
really.
left.
Okay, the Sova threw his dart C.
I have planted
I'm
the
gonna walk
spike.
close and try and get an early kill to even up the odds a little bit.
Three out of 5.
One enemy remaining.
So I heard him jump up there because of
4 out
satchel.
of 5.
I'm gonna make this guy push me. I think he's gotten off of it. Yeah, he has.
Clutch!
And that's a free 1v3 right there,
You
boys.
copies are nothing.
Your web is deadly, Cypher.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That goes there. Yes, this should do.
They walled
I have
me again.
retrieved the spike.
That's a weird deep wall. He's throwing his nerd dart. Break that. It's fine if he sees me. It's actually good. I'm gonna go up and break this wall. I think he could be pushed behind the box the way that this wall is. It's a really weird wall. He's not. You hear? I'm making him come back now. Into sight. Let's see if he breaks
found
that.
my
Yeah,
wire.
he broke it.
Cage triggered.
What's up? Let's go C together. Nice pick.
Thirty seconds left.
Cage triggered.
Last player standing.
My eyes are better than yours.
What's happening in mid?
The Phoenix is
So they got a
camping garage,
Cypher. They'll see what we want them to see.
like always.
Are we going in there dry or are we having breach flash for us?
No, we didn't even go in. We just.
Oh, is he swinging on you?
No, he was just speaking from window.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and break this wall.
I have retrieved the spike.
They walled me again.
Phoenix in garage.
Cage triggered.
Do you use any like aim training programs like Kovacs or anything?
Yeah,
Take out
I play.
Cypher's
So
tools.
my routine is like I wake up,
This goes
I play
here.
1 or 2 songs of Osu, and then I Kovacs for 30 minutes, and then I CS:GO deathmatch for like 30 minutes, 100 kills ish, and then I'll do Valorant in-game train.
Okay.
Dead in garage.
Trick shots.
I'm gonna cam just to see if anybody's actively peeking mid. He droned out mid, or Roombud. One's pushing A. We should go C now. Come up garage to C.
Put down.
garage.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'm gonna get walked on CT here, I think.
Planted the spike.
I think one's flanking and
Found
one's CT.
you.
Yeah, one flanking.
Nowhere to run!
I'm gonna see if I can push him in his ult. Never mind, I'm in garage though. I'll flank him in a sec.
One enemy remaining.
Last one long. Nice, good play,
We have
bro.
a vibe.
That was a bad time to use his drone. He took too long. He was trying to out-utility
You're
us
doing
instead
good.
of just, like,
Let's do better.
trusting his dart and then
Just
going
for
in,
fun.
you know? Like, there becomes a point where, like, you're using your utility too much and you can get flanked like that. I don't know about Rye, personally. I'm Bumpaah on everything, though. Just
This
the
is a
name that
nice
you
spot.
see. We could split C with our Brimstone ult. Let me just fake a little map control today.
That goes there.
Taking gets by.
Cage triggered.
Nothing peak long A, so I'm gonna see if there's anybody going over here. I think he's gonna swing on me. Sage just slowed short A. So she threw that slow with no info, so that's kind of a waste of a slow there. I know they're both in sight because the Sage threw a slow from sight. And the, oh, I'm backing up. Alright. Oh, he pushed me! Ah, that's unlucky. I did not expect that. So he was playing close, and I peeked up, and then he just turned around and ran at me. Oh man, he's
Imposter kill.
fragging now. You're one off your ult orb, you might be able to, like, wall, and then go get an orb at A, and then come back and res. If Brim can smoke the end of A, yeah, we don't have much time. Oh, this guy's going C. Isn't the orb here? Or did somebody take it?
30 seconds left.
Oh, he's going to C, bro. Yeah, we don't. Y'all got to go into A and get a plant. He's making a hero play, kinda. One CT, one was Heaven. You might be able to ult like Heaven or something after, or just use it for after plant.
Open up the sky!
Duty is not
Hey, I'm back. Good ult. Oh, wait.
what I
Oh,
missed.
this isn't me. Oh,
Last player standing.
you have your ult.
I know exactly where you are.
No. Oh no. Nice try, man.
Thanks.
Bob, you ran all the way to C. There was an orb at A, bro. My man Bob was on a mission. Sorry, I didn't know. It's all good, bro.
This goes here.
I forgot to do my trip over here first. It's important to be efficient with your movements so that you're not wasting a bunch of time.
Yes, this should do. Now,
All
where
good.
to set up
We
shop?
can split C with a breach ult.
Cage triggered.
We can get garage and then I can outside.
I'm gonna cage that offer
Cage
now so we can
triggered.
come out mid. Alright, get close. Get ready to breach ult this garage.
He just peeked. Right side.
Can you breach
Here.
ult through garage here?
There's Cypher on C.
Long.
Last player standing.
Spike carrier's down.
Unlucky. Am I playing a game after this? Maybe, maybe not. I have to turn off the stream by 4:30 because of scheduling stuff with ProGuides. So I might not have time to play a full second game, but what I can do is I can spectate you guys and I can comment on some stuff that
Now
people
I
are doing
know how
to try and help out a little bit. All right, let's save here.
Oh, this is a nice spot. This goes here.
Nothing peeking A. Oof. I jiggled and made that guy shoot, and my teammate walked right into that pre-fire. That is unlucky. I'm just aim dueling right now, chat. Come on, peek me, bro.
I have the spike.
I like that Roomba for info.
I dropped the spike.
Let's try and walk A here.
I have the spike.
Alright.
Heaven. Dink's dead.
Buried. Foolish.
Can you heal me, Sage?
For you.
Thank you.
Where is everyone hiding?
Oh, this guy is the one that buys the stinger.
Spike planted.
One heaven. I'm feeling pretty confident right here. We'll see if it's misplaced. Oh, it was misplaced. One CT. That was a bad peek. Don't hold that angle.
Last player standing.
Let me play
Two of
proper.
them at least. Hallway.
So right here, Bob's holding on to his utility. He should have walled CT or heaven here, since he has the utility. Like, that would have delayed them a lot longer, and we would have had more time to play around the bomb. I don't know if Bob wants me to talk to him and tell him to do stuff, though. I don't know if he wants to just play and have fun, or if he wants some tips. What's my riot ID? Bumpaah, and then hashtag, and then the tagline is bump, B-U-M-P.
Yes, this should do.
Which headphones am I using? Mass Drop Sennheiser PC37Xs.
That goes there.
Just let loose.
Spike here.
I need to go throw this cage.
Cage triggered.
Broke Cypher.
I have retrieved
Nice.
the spike.
Ooh, he swung. See right side?
Eagle-eyed.
Cypher dead. I'm gonna plant. Can you wall CT?
I planted the spike. Enemy down. 3 out of 5.
One CT.
One came in garage.
This guy might wall himself over the wall. That's what I'm expecting.
Last player standing.
I think they're both there.
They found my wire.
You will
my
not
wire.
kill my allies.
4 out of 5.
One enemy remaining.
Ah!
Good
You
stuff.
forget.
Thank you.
I'll always be here.
Yeah, it's Bumpaah. 2 A's,
Now
or
it's
2 A's,
our
1 H. So the other team's walk peeking a lot.
Ah, this is a nice spot.
Ah. Somebody could push short A here.
Cage triggered. I have retrieved the spike.
I'm gonna throw another trip over here since it looks like we're gonna end C.
78 Cypher.
Cage triggered.
He's towards garage. Sage is logs. I'm backing up. They're probably gonna swing. Yep. Unlucky.
They found my wire.
Last player
One's flanking
standing.
and then one just peeks C long.
Carrier's down.
Ah.
I have the spike.
This is too much utility. Can't really afford to buy utility.
Saving.
You want to do a rush here?
Good.
Just actually, we won't rush it. We won't rush it. I'm gonna cage the cross. You guys walk to short, and then we'll explode out short.
Punch in.
Alright.
This goes here. I have
Wait,
retrieved the
cross.
spike.
All right, walk across
Cage
now.
triggered.
Who did that? Did that scan anybody?
Not me.
Okay, yep, we're good. You smoke heaven and CT. I don't know if somebody's in a smoke or not. Oh, I have bomb. Whoops. I'm gonna check cam to see if anybody's flanking.
Heaven.
Oh, this is a terrible cam. My cam's bad, I can't see. I'm gonna play in this corner so that I can crossfire with
Your
somebody
broke
under
wall,
heaven.
there's somebody long.
Fire in the hole!
I'll trade it.
I need to push CT because we're getting flanked here. Oh no! One more
Last
CT.
player
I know
standing.
exactly where you are.
So when you're getting flanked and you have no way of controlling it, you gotta push like the other sides and just force a fight there so that you can get through. Why do I prefer Vandal over Phantom? I just do. I like being able to
Last
hit
round in the
headshots. I
half.
like the bursting better with it. It's just, it's a feel thing. It's not like a scientific thing. It's like, I just feel better when I use a Vandal.
That goes there.
You should have enough time. 35,000 isn't that much if you play a lot. It's all good, Vegas.
Yes. this
Whoops,
should do.
I accidentally threw a cage.
This goes here.
Got the
Not
spike.
peeking A.
Spike drop.
Nobody's peeking. Might as well.
So nobody's peeking this, so I'm just gonna walk up and see if I can get a free pick, since they don't have any info.
Sova drone double doors or garage.
Got the spike.
Alright, well. They're not here, come.
Cage triggered.
Killed one through smoke.
Deleted.
I'm playing for heaven.
Planted. Cage triggered.
I'm watching flank. One CT. One heaven. I don't think anybody's flank.
Nowhere to run!
One city.
One enemy
Last
remaining.
one city.
Peek on my contact.
Last player standing.
Good shit.
Squad.
Or good stuff.
Flank.
No! Oh,
Switching
man.
sides.
That almost took my pants off.
Almost.
Is that my go-to camera spot on attack? Yeah. I like to do that a lot on this map. I'll play A solo. I think Cypher is strongest when you solo A. I'm gonna throw my trip
this
over
is a nice
here,
spot.
semi-deep.
Yes, this
I'm
should
gonna throw
do.
another one there, and I'm gonna throw one to play
That
around
goes
over
there.
here. I'm gonna throw my cam deep early, just so I can get information. What's my pistol for pistol rounds? Depends on the character I'm using. If I'm using Brim on defense, I'll probably do 3 smokes and a ghost. With Cypher, I almost always buy armor, so I can get trips and
I will find them.
and cages. I'm not exactly sure which beta rewards you keep, Bryce. Ah, this Cypher. He knows. So he could cross. 2 short A.
Great.
Coming up A, I think, guys. They darted in.
Right there.
One long.
They found my wire.
One short.
Cage triggered.
They broke my wire.
I think they're close.
They walled so they could get orb. They might rotate off. Let's peek this together. Ready? Or is there nothing
I
there?
just picked you. There's nobody.
Okay. Rotate off, guys. In B.
Oh, they're in mid. They're in B. They're in B.
They're splitting C.
Spike
Splitting C.
planted.
Oh wait, no, they planted. All 4 are C. All 4 are C. Can somebody stick it? Or do you have a wall, Sage?
You got it. You got it.
Team Ace. One enemy remaining.
That was an interesting round.
I know, right? C, 1B.
They don't
Wow,
even
this
know on
is
the
a
other
nice
team that
spot.
their Sage planted B.
Yes, this should do. This goes here. That goes there.
These walls are coming down.
You have a contract skin like Omen's Ghost, you won't keep it? No, I don't think so. Nothing A at all.
Yeah, guys, C. Phoenix, C at least.
Okay, I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna pick up my camera. 3 there.
They're pushing up C. Sage, kill me.
For you.
Are they in?
They just walled out for some reason.
They might go back.
I'm rotating back.
They could go garage. I have a camera on mid right now, and I have trips on A.
Okay. She's in garage somehow. Sage, kill me again. Whenever you have.
1 long A.
Careful now.
Dead.
Cage.
No! I should have activated that faster. They're coming in A. I
Sage, you
messed
got
up.
kills?
You.
Clearing out.
Your Raze is flanking right
He's
now.
too short.
30 seconds left.
Last one too short.
There's 2 up.
Right there.
One enemy
That's
remaining.
bomb down.
10 seconds left.
He's out CT. Nice, good job, guys. Yo, Barib, what sense do you play?
My sensitivity.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Like, do you know your DPI as well off the top of your head? Because what it looks like to me is that your sense is way too high, and you're struggling to, like, control your mouse. Do you have, like, a really, really small mouse pad?
Actually, I don't have a mouse pad.
Ooh, alright, well.
Ah, this is a
Then
nice
your
spot.
whole desk is room for you to move your mouse, I
This
guess.
goes here.
I would definitely recommend getting a mouse pad. Mouse pads are super important for aiming
That's
and being
good.
consistent in aiming. So get a mouse pad, and it looks like your sense is really, really high.
They're walled out garage for some reason.
They could have crossed short. I was too busy talking. I'm gonna just peek this.
Sova's mid. They're close up mid.
One close B. Raze needs a heal if you can get him, Sage. Oh, I didn't realize I was there. Nice kills. I'm gonna cam out. Nothing there.
Caught one.
One's trying to flank A right now. He caught my trip.
Spike's down where you're.
Right there.
Can I get some healing shade?
I'm gonna hold the walkthrough.
There's one mid. One rotating from A.
Thanks.
One enemy remaining.
Make it
Ace.
Nice, good round, GTX.
the hell were the rest of you doing?
What sense do you play, Bob? What's my rank? I am
did
rank
well, Breach.
Valorant, the highest rank in the
Don't
game.
expect a hug.
.485, 800 DPI. That sounds pretty playable. I think Hiko probably plays
Yes,
about a
this
sense
should
like
do.
that.
This
I
goes
personally
here.
use 800 DPI .285, which is pretty low to a lot of people, but
Wow,
How do
this
I
is a
look
nice spot.
at my DPI?
That goes
your
there.
DPI is... What kind of mouse do you have? Do you know?
I don't know. It's not a gaming.
Sage,
mouse.
can you watch
All
mid?
right, yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be any way to like tell. So yeah, I would
Camera
recommend.
taken out.
Hold on, let me kill this guy.
Worthless.
I think he's in this right corner, right?
Spike's down A.
So they're not holding map control here, so I took all of A. Yeah, I would highly recommend getting a mouse and like a gaming mouse and a mouse pad. There's a lot of like gaming mice you can get that are pretty good and pretty cheap. I think like I'm trying to think of
Enemy
one.
down.
I don't know what your hand size is or anything, but like the Razer Viper Mini is new.
One
That
enemy
one's
remaining.
like $40. It's really, really good.
Your duty is not over.
Yeah, definitely recommend investing in a gaming mouse
what I
and a
missed?
mouse pad.
Alright. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, man. I don't know where this Sova is.
For you.
30 seconds left.
I like using my camera a lot to clear those corners without having to actually peek. 12 by 10 mouse pad, what should my sensitivity be around? Like 12 inch by 10 inch? He's not AFK. I don't know where this guy is. Ooh, he's
First
middle.
up mid. What?
10 seconds left.
Whoa, that's cracked. Out window.
Last player standing.
Okay.
This is
We
why
won the
we
round,
are a
boys.
team.
That's all that matters. Where can you see your DPI? Some mice have software.
Yes, this should do.
I use an Air 58 that doesn't have
This goes
software, but
here.
I just know. Like, so if you... So one easy way to tell is if, like, you press your DPI button on your mouse, when it's super, super slow and all the way to lowest, that's 400. One notch above is 800. Another notch above is 1600. And the next notch is 3200. I did not mean to do that. That is like
Server drone C.
the second time I've accidentally thrown a cage. So that's like a quick way to tell.
Nowhere to run!
I play 800 DPI.
You got me.
Want to rotate? I'm gonna go grab my camera.
They're smoking. Oh, that was our brim. Never mind.
I think anywhere. I have a. I actually did a lesson like this, Deadshot, of exactly
They darted
like that
garage.
question. Like I went over like what sensitivities. If you want to watch that, it was like how to aim or whatever. It should be on ProGuides. It's probably. It's exactly a week old now, but I recommend if you're playing 400 DPI, anywhere from 0.4 up to 0.6 is a good range at 400 DPI, which would translate to about 0.2 to 0.4, I think, on 800 DPI. I'm not 100% sure on the math, but that sounds about right.
You will
I
not
recommend
kill
playing like
my
something
allies.
around those ranges. I'm gonna push down mid since my
30
team has
seconds
them
left.
very focused on them.
Headshot.
Fire in the
Three out!
One enemy remaining.
Wow, nice round, boys. I'm using Sennheiser PC37Xs.
That goes there. Yes, this should do.
Sorry I had to go. All good, bro. Any tips for Plat 2? I don't really have tips for specific ranks because I don't have a lot of experience like playing in that rank itself, so I can't give like tips. Maybe when I have more experience, and I need to watch more people at like lower ranks play and examine lower ranked people. So this guy did the cage. He could come out of it. Doesn't look like he did. Looks like he crossed to lower. I'm gonna grab my camera back so I can put it on sight.
There's 2 mid.
I'm gonna play more passive. I'm gonna play from behind default and wait for my cam to come up. I just realized I never put cages down. I'm kind of stupid. Not really paying attention super well. So what this Cypher should be doing is he should be applying pressure. Oh, there it is. Perfect. This guy's doing a good job now.
Oh, he's opping actually.
See how he came up and he's
Solo
pressured me into using my utility now. Like just by himself as a solo. So now I'm out of a tripwire and I'm out of a cage, and he broke my camera, so I am pretty much blind right now, except for what I can actually see on the site. Since we have man advantage, I'm actually going to fall back and play retake. And our Sage is here, so I'm just going to pick up B. Does he have a wall on it? He does, but it's about to break.
He thinks he's opping.
If you're stuck in like a super low rank, like
30 seconds
iron,
left.
bronze, silver, gold, it sounds like you just need to work on mechanics and learn aim and recoil control and whatnot. That's probably the biggest thing in those low ranks. Oh, he walked through. See, this is what Cyphers are good at.
I know
Look at map
exactly.
control. I thought our
10
Sage
seconds
was
left.
watching. I don't know. Didn't really communicate that well. Do we have bombs? I don't even know.
Oh, he's okay.
Headshot. Reloading.
Spike planted.
They planted.
A.
Yeah, they planted A. Your Sage is going from spawn. One's under heaven. You could have ulted, Vegas.
Smoke's down. Open up the sky.
All right, push in with that, guys.
One enemy remaining.
Last one.
Last player standing.
Good trade. Go defuse. Run, 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 run. Oh no.
I will not die here.
I think he might have got it. I think he got it.
It's really close.
Nice.
That was so close.
This guy's giving me a heart attack, man.
Match point.
We got them beat. Knock them out.
I think walking too much is common. Yeah. I think a lot of lower ranked people don't know when to walk and when to run.
Oh, this is a nice spot. This goes here.
You should be walking if like don't
Yes,
walk
this should do.
if it means that it's gonna throw off your whole timing and getting to the bomb site for retake. Like sometimes it's fine if they know your position, you know? Like walking is very situational.
This is a nice spot. That goes there.
He's got his cam up. He's peeking me. I'm gonna try and catch this guy off guard and swing on him. I think he's trying to work
I
up
did a
on me.
bunch of damage to a
Nice slow.
Phoenix that's camping like the other side of middle.
Last player standing.
We're in a tough spot here, boys. Try and run around and play some deathmatch. So I think he's lower. Yeah.
Trick shots. Where is everyone hiding?
So one's probably pushing me
Spike
right now.
planted.
I think he went back site probably. He's probably behind that double box. This guy's not peeking me because I dinked him. I think one's probably flanking me CT right now.
My eyes are better than
Good
yours.
shock dart. Oh, I quit. Darn. How's it going? It's going good, man. Thanks, bro. That was pretty unwinnable.
Let's close up shop. I have things to do.
Are any good peaks at A site except heaven and short? What do you mean? What's my state of mind while playing? It's a pretty vague question. I try to always stay positive.
If you can't afford like a
Yes, this should do.
Phantom or a Vandal, what would you recommend getting?
I like buying Bulldogs if I'm
this
like
is a nice spot.
forcing around it. Bulldog half armor if you have to. We didn't really communicate whether or not we were buying here, so we sort of just picked whatever. Probably should have half bought here. Like half buying, like if you press B when you're in the buy menu, you can actually see in the top left how much money you're gonna have minimum next round. So you should always be like, if you're gonna half buy, plan around that so you keep money.
Okay. He's A short, Cypher A
See if I can
short.
kill him.
For you.
I think he probably backed up.
My camera is destroyed.
So I have a tag on this guy. I know exactly where he is. So I'm gonna
Okay,
push
why
up and try and
nobody
get some info.
He pushed it from mid.
I'm whiffing.
No more charges
I
left.
think he's running long right now. Try and flank me. It could be an A connector now because he said he pushed up mid.
Opponent killed.
30 seconds left.
It could be anywhere really. This is weird. Wait, did I just see him? Am I blind? I think he's A. Dude. I'm blind, I think. I don't know what that was. I think he was hiding in the corner of the box.
10 seconds left.
Is it good that I'm always half buying till I have minimum 4K next round?
Spike planted.
Well, it depends really on the situations that you're half buying. Like, I think that 4K isn't enough. I don't think 4K is enough to buy because you need utility. I would say 4.5 is probably the sweet spot. A lot of campers in low elo. It's not really camping in this game, boys. Camping's like for Call of Duty. It's more like camp. There's no real thing as camping. Like camping's a pretty like newbie mindset to have, per se. You know? Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. It's not really camping. Like, sure, if if you're on CT side, if you're on defender side, all right, let's save here. So like, if you go to buy, so like I just bought a sheriff, and now it says my minimum next round is 4,700 credits. So that's a good amount of money for me as a Cypher. So I'll only buy this. I'm not gonna overbuy, so I can't buy something next round. So your minimum next round is 5,600. That's good too. That means you're gonna have plenty of money.
My intel is their obstacle.
To full buy, nah. Full buy, you need way more than 3,900 because of utility. Utility is more important.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. I was talking about guns.
Yeah, if you want to just get a Vandal and armor, you need 3,900. Let me see what's going on.
I think they're
here.
committing C.
Oh, he's waiting. He is waiting. One was lower,
He's
right?
off me.
Oof.
Gun here.
Any crosshair advice? I'm mildly red-green colorblind. I don't know what that means color-wise. I don't know what that means.
Last
So I don't know
player
what color
standing.
crosshair would be good for you. I would recommend I can't really give advice on what color crosshair you should pick. But in general, I like my general crosshair advice is always have like a gap in it so that you can see when people enter your crosshair, because if you just use a dot, sometimes you can't like see them enter the crosshair when they're holding a tight angle.
Spike planted. Flawless.
NT.
That was my bad.
Wasn't that Cypher that killed you camping? No, that's
Usher
he's
them
holding map
towards
control.
their
He's trying
eternal
because
rest.
I'm ecoing. He probably like it's not the best place to hold it from, because like I have a pistol, so my pistol's more useful in close range. But that's not what I would call camping. That's holding map control, holding for a push.
That goes there.
Camping's
This
for
goes
Call of
here.
Duty, boys.
Yes, this should do.
If you're pushing like that, if you're pushing like that, like I just did with no information, you deserve to die, probably. Like, I deserve to die there. I made a push with no information, and I gave up my life for no reason. That guy punished me for making a bad push. That's not camping. That's him setting himself up to get a free kill and put his team up 5v4. Like, that's a bad play by me. Like, right here, I have info now, okay? So because I have this info that nobody's crossed, okay, now he swings. But I could have walked up. I could walk up long and get close because they don't have the info that I'm there.
No more charges left.
So we made that guy use an arrow because he called that it looked like I was pushing up. So this guy used a whole arrow to clear to make sure that I didn't push up, which is less util for him. I've got A, guys. You guys can rotate off. I can solo hold it from here.
Alright.
One long C. I think we leave Sage on B for now, and Raze go help C. See if they're pushing.
Alright.
30 seconds left.
One garage, one long C.
117
Two
Rage.
C. Nice pick.
Got one.
I'm gonna rotate.
Shouting garage, watch out. She's one shot.
Nice, good job, guys. There's this guy and the other guy's AFK.
Hopping. There's almost no time.
Yeah, just don't peek. I'm not
10
gonna peek.
seconds left.
I've got a camera.
They're getting C.
One enemy remaining.
GG, boys.
Nice.
Clean.
Defenders win.
Alright, it is now 4:30 actually. Well, pretty much 4:30. I've got 5 more minutes. So I don't have enough time to play another game, guys, unfortunately. Wait, I can't even talk in game. I don't have enough time to play another game, unfortunately, boys. But if you guys have any last-minute questions for me, I am happy to answer them while we are still here. I got 5 minutes. Any questions? Anybody got questions about anything? Happy to answer them. That was a fun game, though. That was a fun game. GG's, boys. GG's. Let me turn the old music back on. How do I feel about Sage? She's one of my favorite heroes. She's an absolute necessary pick. I like to main her. Will that VOD be available? All the other ones have been available, so I'm assuming yes. Bartlantry. I don't know if you are in the chat or not, but... Any tips on saving? I always try to have 5k the next round, always. Yeah, if you don't have 4,500-ish, or like... Yeah, I would save whenever you can. If you don't have enough for a full buy with full utility, you should probably save. If you have almost enough for a full buy, I reckon, but not quite enough for utility, I would recommend half buying. So like maybe a sheriff and light armor and a little bit of utility. How do you be more calm in general for the game? It just comes with experience, man. I have a lot of competitive experience playing different games, so I'm pretty calm when I play now. I don't really get nervous. Which headphones will be affordable and best for gaming? Don't really know, man. You're gonna have to do some research on YouTube. Like, search on YouTube affordable headsets for gaming or something like that. Zin, what could I have done better on Sova? First of all, you guys were playing a weird setup. You probably should have had Sova on C, and your Cypher should have solo held A. I don't know, your aim was pretty good. You had some good arrows. You guys gave up A control a little bit too easily. Like, I was able to lurk in as well. Hard to judge. Enemy Phoenix that game. Any tips? It's hard to give you guys tips from the other perspective, since I can't, like, actually see you guys play. What's on my two people are asking Raze on both different teams. Our Raze, we talked about it. His sense was a little bit too high. Couldn't really control it that well. Don't really remember. I don't think I engaged the enemy team's Raze too much. Quick tip for the other team in general, though. You guys walk peeked me a lot. You walk peeked, like that round where I got the 6-kill ace. Almost every single one of you walk peeked me and just made it a super easy frag. Like, walking is good, yes, to mask your noise, But when you actually go for that peek and you're ready to take that duel, you want to let go of that shift key and you want to strafe out and counter strafe and make sure that you're hitting the counter strafe so that you peek me at full speed so that it's not just an easy one tap for me. Sage, what should you buy first round? In general, I like to say half armor and wall if you're playing half armor wall if you're playing defense or just playing ranked in general. In like tournaments, I think Sage is one of those characters where she should not buy armor at all and just buy full util in tourneys. How's the Brim on your team? Any tips? From what I saw, it looked like you could work on recoil control a little bit. You had, like, you knew where to look. You kind of had pretty good crosshair placement, but it looked like when it got to spraying, your recoil control was a little all over the place, so just get to work on that. What should I buy with breach on pistol round? I like doing half armor and flash clear or double flash, usually double flash. Ghost can work really well with breach. You can do ghost, flash, clear, really depends. Should you ADS with a Vandal? I think ADSing is only good if you're at super long ranges. Oh, the Rays on my team, you were ADSing even when we were really close. Don't ADS at close range. Like, this game isn't like COD where you need to ADS in order to shoot people. You can hip fire and be just as accurate, guys. So like, when you ADS then shoot, that's just giving the other team more time to react and shoot you. Don't use your ADS at super close range. ADSing should really only be for like posting up long range. How can I improve my recoil control? Just go to the range and just practice spraying at a wall or spraying down bots. Turn bot armor on in the range and then practice spraying them down. Opinion on the Ares, I don't like it. It can be, some people can use it. I don't like it. It's terrible when you're on the offense and like it's only okay on defense. I think buying a Spectre or a Ghost second round is better. I don't really know Mike Edge. Can't really do any whatchamacallit, perspection on that or whatever. I like to call strats, but my team just tells me to shut up. What do I do? Just lose rounds. Sometimes you get teams like that, man, and you're just gonna have to play around them. Like, if you can't call the strat, then you're just gonna have to follow them around and try and support them the best way. There's toxic people and everything, bro. It's unfortunate, but try and keep a positive mental attitude. Mute them if you have to, and just, whatchamacallit. Vandal or Phantom? I prefer Vandal, but it's all preference, bro. They're both really, really good. A lot of people think the Phantom is statistically better, but I like the Vandal. Where can you see how much damage you dealt? It shows when you die on the right side of the screen. When should I use basic first round? I don't know what that means. You talking about the classic? Don't really know. Running out of time here, guys. Get your last minute questions in. I'll answer like 2 or 3 more. Sova bolt arrows in the air for spike. Thoughts? They're pretty niche. I think a lot of the clips that you see where people like pull that off and get those kills is usually against lower ranked opponents. I'm 23, Mike Edge. Yeah, the game goes offline tomorrow. I don't know if it's either 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Pacific. One of those two. But the game turns off tomorrow and then it comes back. The full release is June 2nd. What do you do about a bad start? Sometimes I just die first round, then die second round because of eco, then I die another round, and then I just get annoyed and play even worse. You just got to keep positive, man. This game is very mentally tough on you mentally. You just got to try and, like, I don't know. You got to understand when you're playing bad and when, like, it's just unfortunate circumstances in the game, and don't let that tilt you, you know, like what you just described. Like you die in pistol, maybe you like were first in, you get traded, but your team wins the round, or not wins the round, but like you get traded, and then the second round you don't have any guns, so you don't get any kills, and then third round you just sort of like, I don't know, something unfortunate happens, like you get ulted or something. I don't know exactly, but just don't let it tilt you. If you can't control it, don't let it tilt you. Know when you're playing bad and know when you play good. Am I coaching? No, I only do these live classes. How often do I do things like this? So I'm probably going to do more, but as of right now, once a week. Do I lose my beta reward progress when the game comes back up? Haven't gotten the buddy yet. Yes. You lose your rank and all your skins that you bought. Should you save for the first 2 rounds even if you win the round? No, you should buy weapons so that you guarantee the second round. Specters, ghosts, stuff like that. Your videos helped me go from Plat 3 to get to Plat 3 from Gold 1. Hey, congrats, bro. Glad they helped. Alright, guys, that's all the time from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. If you want more content from me, I am Bumpaah on all social medias. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. You know, Bumpaah, it's in the title. You should be able to find it, and it's in the description of this stream. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys learned something. And yeah, I will catch you next week when the full release drops. All right. Have a great one, boys. Peace.